deserves to live a pain-free and active life. Whether it's neck pain, shoulder pain, or lower back pain, Lincoln Family Chiropractic specializes in customized care for every patient to promote faster healing, allowing you to get back to an optimal life. Lincoln Family Chiropractic's team specializes in treatments such as dry needling, cupping therapy, and traditional adjustments. Give Lincoln Family Chiropractic a call today, 402-484-5166. Visit them online at lincolnfamilychiro.com or in person, 1 block south of 70th and 8th Street in Lincoln.
Hey, bestie. Whoa, how'd you snag that awesome set of wheels? I'm in the market for a new car, too. My friends at Members Own Credit Union. You're always in the driver's seat when it comes to your finances at Members Own. Always in the driver's seat, huh? Yep. They set you up with a loan that makes sense for your budget with great rates and top-notch customer service to boot. Looks like we're going to need to make a pit stop. Let's go. I'll drive. Hit the road to financial success and explore auto loan options with your best financial friend, Members Own Credit Union. For details, go to membersowncu.org/drive. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Raising little ones is a big job, and you do your best to give them a good start every day. That means making sure they're well cared for while you're apart. You work hard, but it's not always easy to make ends meet. There may be help. Find out if you qualify for Nebraska's Child Care Tax Credit for working parents. You could be eligible for a credit of up to $2,000 per child on your next tax return. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America, this is What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, Chancellor Brewington, powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program.
All right, welcome in. What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington, and we could call it the locker room as well with the guest in studio today. 402-464-5685 is the Sartor Haven text line. You can put a face. I'd love to say put a face to the voice, but you can put a face to the commercial graphic. We're still working on getting those cameras up and working for you guys, but you can indulge Facebook, YouTube, X, Allo, Channel 961. We got Chancellor Brewington, Mikey Daniel. Chancellor, how's it going on beautiful Monday night here?
It is beautiful. There's something about the snow, man. When it stick on the ground and you come outside like late night, it is beautiful. It's just, for me personally, it's not the funnest environment to be in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's something about the cold. But Mikey, man, I'm glad to have you on the show. It's always good to see my brother, man. How you doing, man?
Bro, I'm good, man. It's so good to be back. Like, it's been a couple months since our last show, the locker room.
Uh-huh.
A lot has happened between, then and now.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah.
We played in the whole basketball season.
Yeah.
City League.
I forgot it, bro.
What you mean you forgot?
I forgot about that.
I wake up every day a loser because of that.
Yeah, that's crazy. Not I.
Yeah. No, you do. Because you was a loser just as much as me.
Goldfish. Goldfish memory. Goldfish memory.
Yeah, no, bro. I'm good, though. I'm excited, like I said, to be back. And welcome to What's Brewing. That's dope, bro. This picture that's up here, you got the little lightning going, man. I like this. I like this.
Yeah, man. Yeah. A lot has happened. A lot has happened. I think that's good, though. I mean, when you they say obviously, it's kind of upregulated a little bit, but like when a tribe, leave and come back together, they should always have new stories and new experiences and new growth, So if there has been a lot happening, I feel like that's a good sign.
Yeah, right. Good, bad, or other, right? Like it's all good at the end of the day. But I do want to, let's go back to that though. Because let's go back to the City League Championship.
Oh man,
right? We have to. What wins and losses, wins and learns.
I'm trying to remember what happened.
Oh, I'll tell you, we lost.
Yeah, we lost twice. I'm trying to remember what happened in the game though.
Twice, my G.
Yeah, I think honestly it was new location. I think new location got us a little bit. My shot wasn't falling as much game 2. I think I can remember that.
Was you fatigued, you think?
Bro, I was seeing double. Bro, I seen double after quarter 2 of game 1. I don't know if I was dehydrated or what was going on, bro. Yeah. I was trying my best not to let the guys know, but it was probably obvious, bro. I'm like, man, bro.
Yeah, we definitely struggled out there. I mean, we had 6 guys too, right? And we played 2 full games with 6 guys.
We had like 9 guys on
right. It was fresh.
Yeah,
and
fresh.
So really, we came out, and I'll be honest, we was just way too complacent. We kind of walked in as if because we had just played this team before, Harrison. We played them a week before, and we blew them out, beat them by 20.
Yeah. It was like a smooth 20. Like at one point, we were beating them by 30.
So is it more of those guys just had a great shooting night, or
no? They didn't miss.
They didn't miss that night.
They didn't miss. They didn't miss. Like the whole 2 games. Like they had one dude. He could have signed him up for the daggone Warriors. And I think he would have shot about the same.
He looked like Tyler Hero on the 3-point contest the other night.
Yeah, he was ridiculous. Like hand in the face, falling away, one leg. Floater was dropping, everything was dropping. They had 2 bigs, 2 6'7" dudes who were playing good. Now you got me thinking about it. I was trying to flush this, forget about it. I told myself,
talk about it yet.
I told myself, Mike, I said after I was driving home, I said,
what you said?
I said I ain't playing basketball for about 2-3 months. Bro, that was upsetting. That was not fun, bro.
Yeah.
That was, but I mean, you win or lose, whatever. Like, shout out to them. Hope everything good with them at the end of the day. But nah, the experience was fun though. Like first time competing out of like real organized athletics. So it was fun though. It was a good experience. I don't know if I'll do it again.
You'll find something else.
I don't know.
You ever done it? You ever played City League basketball or anything like that?
We played at UNL when they had their league. It's a good time, but yeah, we definitely weren't playing in the top league.
Right.
So we weren't dealing with 6-7 guys, but yeah, you'll find something. I think most guys, especially if they played sports at one point, drives you nuts if you don't figure out what that competitive outlet's going to be. You have to have some, whether it's pool, it doesn't matter, but it's got to be something.
So why wouldn't you do it again?
I'll read a book. That's
not competitive, dude. You speed reading?
Well, think about this. I think for me personally, it's more so the fact that I only like to compete one way, and I can't do it the way I want to in basketball. So like it's like always like having to like deregulate and say like, okay, like just
why you
calm
can't
down.
do it?
Huh?
Why you can't do it in basketball?
Because it's just not necessary. Then for 2 or 3 days afterwards, I'm like in this heightened state of like, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause for real, like think about it. The only way we compete in football is one way.
That's it.
And like, I don't, basketball is cool cause it's not physical. And I guess, but I think that's honestly, I know it sounds crazy, but that's why I read so much. It's cause it takes my mind away from how it used to be. And it's like this energy transfer of like using the energy I use for football, putting into something else. And convincing myself that this is my new thing.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's easier said than done, but sometimes it is easier. It is actually easier. But I don't know if I could do the City League again. It was fun though. It was fun. It would have to be with the same like type of group of guys. Cause you mess around and try to do that with guys that take it competitive and then you get to that level.
Yeah.
Cause like we were fun enough to where it wasn't as serious. But I know like people, and especially like us being former athletes, like they would expect us to,
well, also the team, how we started the season compared to where we finished, like
insane.
So I was a GM here. Let me tell you this. I was our GM, the head coach. I even did our laundry sometimes, right? I just wore all the hats, right? And
laundry is crazy.
I ain't do nobody's laundry. I'm gassing that. But for real. And so some of the moves that were made, we had to make some cuts. We had to make some acquisitions, right?
Oh, so you really were moving players.
Oh, what?
Oh, we had like 5 different rosters.
So you bring them into your office or
hey, listen, I had to send out a message. Hey, we got to meet. I need your iPad because you ain't coming back tomorrow. This ain't it. And that's real. I have been through that, right? Coach Rule cut me before. So I just felt it. I'm like, well, hey, listen, I've been through this, right? Now I know what to do, so I did it. And I'm telling you, the roster was significantly different from the start of the season to the end. I like 4 or 5 different pieces were moved around throughout the 10 games. It was only 10 game season.
Yeah, it was like every game we had someone new in there.
Hey, you listen. This is a what have you done for me lately in business, right?
Who was the MVP of that team then? Since you're the GM.
I don't know that there was a true MVP. I think the nucleus of the team was just like everyone complimented each other well, right? Like what certain people did. Like I'll look to score if nobody's scoring, but I'm a pass first guy and I play lockdown defense. That's my thing. I'm gonna play defense all night, right? Chancellor, he's a shoot first guy. You know, we had Avery who did a little bit of both, right? We had Jake Winicky. He's a pass first guy. We just had so many different pieces.
Slade had a crazy peak midway through the year.
Peaked like crazy.
Yeah, he hit stride, bro. He hit stride. I'm telling you, I'm being for real. Like he went from like and then all of a sudden it was like game 7. He just said, man, F it. Like I'm going all the way in. Yeah. He was getting buckets.
He was getting buckets. I don't know. Like I said, it was dope. It was cool to see everybody, because everybody on that team was a former football player, like all of them.
Yeah,
and except for Noah, but Noah was our one big, and he used to be the what's it called, the manager for the men's basketball team.
Oh, okay.
So he had been doing his thing. But other than that, everyone was former football players, so it was just cool to see everyone compete again. Most of them I played with in college, but just seeing everybody in that light again was good. It was refreshing.
Yeah, and I'm sure that was fun. I was probably big. We're gonna think about that for a while, I'm sure. And just I'm obviously not championship game. We can leave that one alone. But,
yeah, that's tough. Yeah. My dad, we was at the point every week. You know, it come to Tuesday, I put the do-rag on, put the jersey on. My daughter talking about daddy basketball. She knew what it was. Like, she knew what was going on. She said, daddy basketball. Yeah, you know what it is. Like, you know, so it was a highlight of even their night. So it was cool, man.
You guys ever do softball? That's way more calm. And especially if you're getting older, you're not going to bust your knees up doing it. I know you're only 25. I don't know what you are, Mikey, but
I'm 28.
28?
Yeah. 30's the new 20. Can't wait to be it, by the way.
I don't know about softball.
It's a little
softball's
different.
fun.
It's fun. Yeah. There's rules on dingers though, because otherwise you'll have dudes just laying home run after home run.
Well, it's just I have like a true baseball swing, so I would have to fix that a little bit. But
usually what I see, it's not super competitive.
Well,
like I've seen people that have zero experience do all right out there, depending on the league.
Yeah, I ain't trying to do all right though.
The one thing I've picked up as of late, chess.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, I started learning how to play that game, man. And it's so symbolic to the game of life. It's crazy. And I haven't figured it out yet. I haven't figured out how to truly play it. I've been playing online against like little bots and stuff, just trying to figure out like how to play this game. And as I get deeper into it, I'm like, bro, chess is legit. Like you got to be thinking 5-10 steps ahead. Like it's crazy. Because the game, checkers is one thing, but chess, do you know how to play?
Yeah.
You know how to play chess?
I mean, you got your pawns, you got your horse, you got your guy.
Talking about your horse.
You got the knight. You got the knight, you got your king, queen, you got the one that moved diagonal, you got the one that moved forward.
Yeah. There you go. You know how to play? You know how to play?
I'll play online every now and then, but I'm not like one of those guys that's playing high ranked games.
Right.
Like I can maybe see you 2 moves ahead at best on a good day.
Right.
But there to your point, like there's people that it's insane. Because one day I got matched with this guy who was like just ridiculously high ranked. Like I moved 2 pieces and it just felt like he immediately knew what I was trying to do. And considering it's a game and there's like infinite possibilities, the fact that he's able to pick up exactly what I'm trying to do is insane.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Once you figure out this game, it's like I'm always 5 steps ahead. Like it's the game of life. It's so symbolic, man. Because I wanted during this time, I was putting some things down and I wanted to pick up a new habit. But a life-giving habit or a transformational habit that would help challenge my mind and just challenge my person. And so chess is what I picked up. And if you don't know how to do it, if you've never done it, I highly recommend you give it a chance.
Keep you sharp too. Play some chess.
There's a grandmaster, I think it was Maurice Ashley or whatever his name was. First black grandmaster of chess. And one of the advice he gave one of his mentees was like, pick up the pieces in your mind and place them where you want them to be. And like, you know, obviously the rebuttal would be like, but you know, I just can't do that. You know, like, how do you just get there? And he was talking about like, but just like you talk about the symbolism of chess in life is sometimes, you know, and your imagination has to be the freer place. And so when you look at the chessboard, he was talking about put them where you want them. And then in life as well. I mean, what do you want out of life? Like put them where you want them there. So it's interesting. I think I know for me, as I get older and as I get more experience and more just, yeah, I would just say more experience, like the amount of things I missed. Like there's so many things I missed. Like, yeah, I played chess in, senior year, but if I was to look at the game now and really dive into it, like it would hit completely different.
Yeah.
Like there's a different level of awareness I think I'm hitting right now. So it's fun though.
Well, that's because even what we just talked about earlier, you said how much different your body changes just every single day.
Right? Oh yeah, yeah.
So
100%.
your person who you are, you said your senior year of high school to where you are now. Like,
yeah.
And me and DP was actually just having the same conversation earlier today. It's crazy. It's like, if I'm the same person that I was yesterday, I'm wrong. Like I'm changing every single day. I'm growing every single day. And let alone high school. Man, I'm coming on my 10-year reunion from high school. Like if I'm that same cat, I completely missed the ball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
for sure.
I'm way off.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of the laws of this world. It's created or disintegrated. See, things are either going up or down. There's no it's an ocean of motion. There's no staying it. If you stay the same, that would be on a vibrational plane, you'd be dead. Wow. So yes, you are. And what we were talking about, like I believe it's every 5, some people say 7 years, but I think it's 5 years. From a cellular level, you are a new individual. Like you are complete
every 7 years.
Yeah, you flush you die off, all your old cells die off, and you create a whole new being biologically. You are a whole new being.
7 years, huh?
Yeah, 5 to 7 years.
7 makes sense.
7 would make sense. Completion, of course. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's phenomenal in that. Think about this. This is tough. How much time? I'm gonna go on the list. I'm gonna ask you this question. Okay.
Okay.
So let's get a little weird. Okay. So and we talked about this off air. So and I think I talked about it with Harrison last time. So if all your cells are made up of molecules are made up of atoms, right? And all those have energy and information. And we can call information consciousness or like some type of awareness, right?
Yeah. Some
type of intelligence too. So you could tell me this, and they're always listening, right? I mean, your body's always listening, ready to take orders and commands. Could you not program your body to be something new every day?
100%. That's what. But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though. And I just had a very similar conversation to somebody else because let's talk about people who work at McDonald's. We'll say McDonald's.
Yeah.
Right? We need those people, right? We need every single person for all this. We need them. We need everybody. We need the CEOs of the biggest companies. We need even the homeless people. We need them. Like as crazy as it sounds, we need everybody in between. The difference between them and them at the top, right, is those guys have decided to reprogram themselves. Because if we all start on the same slate every day, we're all creating ourselves new, like you just said. Certain people are cool being stagnant and comfortable. It's comfortable for somebody to go get a 40 and sit out on the porch and just chill.
Right.
That's comfortable to them.
Right.
But it's uncomfortable to somebody like me and you to go do that because we understand that we're reprogramming ourselves every single day. And I also believe that once, like what you put into your body is a direct reflection of that too. So if I'm sitting here drinking all day, every day, I can't reprogram myself to achieve those things. Right. So I'm going backwards. You said you're dead if you're stagnant or something like that. You're never just here. You're either going backwards or forwards. So when I'm doing those things, I am in a way reprogramming myself.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Not to the best version of myself.
Yeah. That's a great point. That was a great point. It's like what type of life would you want to live at the end of the day? Like, and I know it might sound too simple and it might sound too easy, but like what type of life would you want to live? A life that you don't want or a life that you want. And I think for with a bit of intelligence and a bit of truthfulness, everyone will say the life that they want. Now, is the life that they want really the one that they want?
Right.
Have you really done the searching and say, this is how much this is who I want to, this is what I want to do. This is, what I want to have. Now that truthfulness is interesting because then it turns into this thing where, are you always truthful with yourself? It's like, okay, there's I see someone with the car and then I tell myself, that'd be cool to get it. And I'm just using a material object, whatever. It's pretty simple. Everyone sees a car. That'd be cool to get it. And then there's that voice that says, well, you don't need it. I mean, that's not you. That's not whatever, whatever. And for some people, they'll justify that as, I'm not a materialist. And that's amazing. That's great. But for some, what if that's neglecting something higher that wants to get expressed with and through you, And I just used a car as an example. What if it's like a relationship with a loved one? What if it's, you see a daughter, what if you see a daughter and a mother hug and you want that relationship, and then all of a sudden the voices counteracts that and says, do you really think you're worth that? So it's like the truth, like how honest can we be with ourselves? Because if truth sets you free, right, then we should follow what? Truth. Come on. And I think if truth sets you free, and I believe the true essence of us is complete love. Yeah. And its wholeness, right? And its abundance, right? Then I think truth is the foundation of who we are. And I think truth is always in front of us. And it's hardest sometimes when imagine when it's so hard sometimes when something is in front of you and you just look over every day, it's
the little things though. Yeah. And that's the thing about it. People think it's these grandiose and big moments. It's not. It's the monotonous detail that's every day. Yeah. They're talking about reprogramming ourselves. There is nothing. I just talked to my wife about this the other night. I said, babe, there's nothing that I ever actually truly wanted to go get and accomplish that I haven't done. Nothing. Because I envisioned it in my mind first, and I told myself this is my reality, and then I chased it. It's not just I see it. Okay, that's the first step. You got to see it. Then you got to believe in it. Then you got to tell yourself that. I reprogrammed myself to believe that. And then you got to do the body of work that it takes to get there, whatever that is. Right? There's nothing that you like. That sounds cliche, but it's real.
Yeah. And why? That's the question is, I guess you can answer, and there's pretty obvious answer, but why is it cliche?
Why is that saying cliche? Why? Because people don't really have the true faith. Oh, that person did it because they were gifted this, right? Or whatever. You'll make an excuse because it's easier. It's easier to say, oh, I can't do this because X, Y, and Z. Yeah. Rather than I can do this because I'm going to do A, B, C. Yeah.
That's a great point.
People do anything to avoid shame.
Come on.
And that's a cop out. If you can say I couldn't do it because I'm not in the NBA because I'm not 6'10". Right. I could have figured out a jump shot, but I didn't work that hard for it.
And Muggsy Bogues wasn't either.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
But he told himself he was.
Exactly. And that was different. I didn't ever tell myself I'm going to go play in the NBA. Right. It's like, I'll play high school ball. College ball sounds cool, but I've obviously didn't put my mind to it. And we do got to wrap up segment 1 here. But yeah, I'll just finish this and I'll see what you guys think. It's just short-sightedness has just kind of always been a plague of humanity. And then to your point, if you don't ever have that lesson of identifying what you truly care about, be truthful to yourself, well, then you're always going to be short-sighted, because if you're just kind of chasing something that's really far away and you don't even know if that's it, the odds of you sticking that out are, damn near zero.
Come on.
Yeah, that's great. That's great, Harrison.
All right.
I ain't got nothing else.
I'll take that. We'll throw the break here. What's brewing, Chancellor Brewington? Like I said, we're still experiencing some camera difficulties. Working on it right now. Hopefully we have those up sooner than later. But you guys can still join 402-464-5685. Talk to you in a bit.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
Hello. Angela, we have to break up.
But why?
Because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Aloe Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela, they let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit aloefiber.com to switch today.
Salt Mine City is not only Lincoln's newest brewery, but they're also now serving food. Enjoy a full menu of great items daily for lunch and dinner, like their peanut butter and jelly burger with bacon and cheddar cheese, or a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. Don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, now open 11 a.m. every day but Mondays at 8th and R.
Hello, this is Mary Pat Waite. I've had the privilege of working with Lincoln families as their realtor for more than 31 years, and I'm so proud to be associated with MP Dodge Real Estate. For me, your transaction is unique in its own way. My experience allows me to bring you trusted care and a really great outcome. My NP Dodge family shares the same client focus.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
At Lincoln Family Chiropractic, they believe everyone deserves to live a pain-free and active life. Whether it's neck pain, shoulder pain, or lower back pain, Lincoln Family Chiropractic specializes in customized care for every patient to promote faster healing, allowing you to get back to an optimal life. Lincoln Family Chiropractic's team specializes in treatments such as dry needling, cupping therapy, and traditional adjustments. Give Lincoln Family Chiropractic a call today, 402-484-5166. Visit them online at lincolnfamilychiro.com or in person, 1 block south of 70th and 8th Street in Lincoln. Golfing in 72 degrees and perfect conditions in Nebraska doesn't seem possible in the winter, but it is. Double Eagle Golf is your escape from the bone-chilling cold outside and a reason to keep your clubs out year-round. Book a bay with some friends for a weekend or come by for golf and happy hour on a weekday. Spring leagues begin in February. Get signed up today. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex at West O Street. Online at doubleeagle.golf.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Fairway has fresh cut meats, seafood, cheese, wine, and spirits, and a friendly staff that's always ready to help you find what you need. Stop by Fairway Meat Market today to plan your weekly meals in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
It happens. All of a sudden, you need a plumber. Just call Bryant, 467-1111. Problem solved with Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Hey, bestie. Whoa, how'd you snag that awesome set of wheels? I'm in the market for a new car, too. My friends at Members Own Credit Union. You're always in the driver's seat when it comes to your finances at Members Own.
Always in the driver's seat, huh?
Yep. They set you up with a loan that makes sense for your budget with great rates and top-notch customer service to boot.
Looks like we're going to need to make a pit stop.
Let's go. I'll drive. Hit the road to financial success and explore auto loan options with your best financial friend, Members Own Credit Union. For details, go to membersowncu.org/drive. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Ever wonder what it's like to work for a company that actually cares? At Lincoln Industries, they're revolutionizing local manufacturing while taking care of their most valuable asset, their people. When you join their team, you'll enjoy comprehensive health coverage, wellness initiatives that work around your life, and benefits that show they're serious about your future. Plus, you'll be a part of a proud manufacturing tradition right here in the community. Don't just take their word for it. Visit LincolnIndustries.com to see all their current opportunities and find out why their people love calling Lincoln Industries home.
Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through February 18th is 15% off chocolates, 15% off wines and spirits, and $10 off filet mignon per pound. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Back to What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program.
All right, welcome back, kid. What's Brewing, Chancellor Brewington? We got Mikey Daniel, like I said before, a slight version of the locker room, if you will. 402-464-5685. Starting Heyman text line, as always. We are still working on that video feed. Chancellor Brewington, segment number 2. Where do you want to go?
Yeah, we really don't talk a whole bunch of Nebraska football in here, but since Mikey is here, you got a question. You got a question, and I think it's a good one.
No, I don't. And I'm cool with not doing it as well, but from where we left off on the locker room,
yeah,
here,
for sure,
there is a lot of moving parts. So, okay, we're here now in February. I gotta ask, what do you think has been the most significant move that Coach Rule has made this offseason?
A loaded question.
Yeah, that's loaded. Because
good one though.
Off season starts after bowl game, so Hogerson's not in there.
Well, is he though? Because he made him the OC, like they signed him again.
But they did it before. Oh yeah, they did.
It was afterwards.
Like
I'm not sure when the contract.
As far as
was
like
after
salary
Boston College.
okay.
But I mean, I don't.
Yeah,
I think they solidified it because
Okay.
he was maybe going to lose him to a head coaching job somewhere else, potentially or something like that.
Yeah, so if we throw him in there,
Mike Eckler as well, big name.
Yeah,
Eckler.
Here's the Spindler.
Who's
Notre
that?
Dame. We got the offensive line transfer.
Oh, Rocco.
Yeah.
That's a good one. And of course, I think I think the tackle too, Pritchett from Bama. I think he'll be a good addition.
That's right.
I think this is tough. That's a tough question.
I got 2 in mind.
Okay, I'd like to hear them.
Okay, number 1, retaining Ed Foley, who was a special teams coordinator, right? Retaining him on the staff, but moving him from special teams coordinator, right? Because he's great with recruiting. Great, like he's
that
legit.
is a good point. He is.
He's loved around, like he handles like this area, this region, Nebraska, Kansas, Iowa, stuff like South Dakota, right? He's great with high school relations. Phenomenal piece for him to keep him on the staff, right? And Coach Rule is mad. He's crazy loyal. Like just look at the makeup of his staff. Like
Satterfield's still there too.
You know what I'm saying? Like he does not want to move on from his people. He dies for his people. He lives and dies by his people. The other one, retaining Emmett Johnson. You lose Dante to Kentucky. You lose Gabe to Kansas State. You almost lost Emmett,
right?
But then you was able to retain him. That piece right there, that's a significant retention.
Yeah. So you're saying the best pieces were the pieces that were already there. So
sorta.
Okay.
Emmett was there, but had entered the portal, so he almost wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And now think about this: every offseason, you now are fighting for your own guys again. Because now it's free agency every offseason.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I did this. Who can give me the biggest bag?
Yeah.
Right. Or I can go here. I can go. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it's hard to tell because like there's some real promising transfers, and I think the receiver coach is going to be a big the dude they got from Houston. I forget his name.
Kentucky, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or
Shorts.
Yeah, Shorts. He was at Houston
That's another big one.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be pivotal because I mean, think about the offense. Was it predicated on Dylan Riley's success?
Yeah.
Right. And so what factors in Dylan Riley's success? Well, good old line play. We got Rocco and Pritchett, added some pieces there. Then what's the next thing? Receivers getting open. Added Danke, Nazia Hunter, Ja'Cory Barney coming back, Carter Nelson coming back. Got some guys, you know what I'm saying? So I would say developing those guys, because when you bring a transfer in, my logic at least is I want to bring someone in that I know is going to produce, but is also going to get better. And so how can I get them better when they come in? Well, position coach. And I think bringing Shorts in and seeing some cut-ups and some clips of like the things he likes and like seeing the things that he teaches, right? Like being a little bit more new age in the philosophy of receiver. Because there's some real prehistoric receiver coaches out there that still teach the foot chatter at the line and the lack of movement, lack of freedom within route running, and that's like super restricted. And nowadays, like quarterbacks are allowing receivers to have more freedom in releases and freedom in routes, and of course there's timing, of course, but I guess my thing is like if the receivers start playing good, like and like really hit stride, Raiola is going to be a top 3 quarterback in the Big Ten and a top 10 quarterback in the nation, and it's undeniable you're going to win at least 8 games.
Right.
So I think that's, for me, I would say Shorts, and then I would say
that's a good one.
adding in the linebackers, Deshaun McCullough, keeping Vincent Shavers, retaining Javen Wright, and bringing in Marquise Watson Trent from Georgia Southern. So having those 4 dogs able to go, and I mean, you look at this past year, we had 4 backers. I mean, Bullock, Wright, Stephon Thompson, and Shavers. I mean, those 4, and Mekhi Bayer. So like having those 5 guys like rotate, and I think you upgraded. I think you got better there. And not say there's nothing against them. I just think you got better. I mean, Javen coming back, he gonna get better. Shavers coming back, he gonna get better.
Man, he's a freak.
Yeah, he a freak. He gonna hit stride, and he gonna learn. He gonna learn, and I think collectively that if they can form some type of like chemistry between like, okay, Deshaun McCullough and Javen Wright are dang near like identical twins, right? They're both 6'5", 230, right? Those guys playing together, they form some chemistry. Or it's like, it's more so Wright and Shavers, they play better, or it's McCullough and Watson Trent. Like, so those guys making up for the departures of Nash and Ty, and don't know what's to hold with Davis and Van Poppel at the D line. But if you upgrade at linebacker, you can maybe make up in the run game specifically for like some deficiencies D line wise.
Well, real quick on the D line, like Terry Braden too. I think it's huge. He hasn't been talked about a ton, but coming from the Chiefs, he was with their I don't want to say it's like 8 years, 9 years. He was with the Chiefs forever. So he's been around a place that knows how to win. Anytime you're in an environment where all you do is win, I'll take that.
And some
I think
pass rushers came through there.
Oh yeah. I mean, Jones is like one of the most iconic defensive players in the NFL.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just wanted to get your insight on that because we hadn't talked any ball like that in a minute.
Yeah.
So I was curious to see what you thought.
Yeah, I think this is the best offseason I can think of in the last 5 years. I mean, I don't think there's anyone that's really close. I think you didn't really bring in, I would say, like a Trey Palmer. Like you didn't like, so like the star-studdedness of that, bringing Trey, like that was different, maybe like a 5-star-ish. But I mean, you did bring in Pritchett, and you did bring in, Danke, established receiver. So I think you can make an argument, or I don't really think there is an argument against that. This is the best offseason Nebraska's had in the past 5 years in the transfer portal, for sure.
You know what's crazy? They just gave that man Ryan Day a significant extension.
Oh, they did.
We was talking about way back when in the middle of the season, right? They was calling for his head,
which is crazy.
He should be fired. He should be fired. He should be fired. He can't win the big one, right? And I told you, if we go back, I said if he goes ahead and loses to Nebraska, right, he'll get fired.
You did say that.
You really think he'd be fired if they lost that game to Nebraska?
What? Yes, they wanted him gone
I know the fans do, but I mean, if you're the AD, that's such a wildly stupid move. Middle of the season like that, who are you talking to replace him? Well, you got Kelly behind him, but I don't
think
like
about that. That's the job that you can go get anybody. Like, if there's a name out there, you can get them.
Right, like big. You're talking big names. Big, okay.
You can also ruin it though. Just because you can get the best talent doesn't mean you're not capable of destroying the empire.
And I don't think it would have been a smart move.
Yeah.
But I did think, I'm like, I wasn't like calling for his head, like, because I could care less. I'm saying it's just a perfect example of what have you done for me lately.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why I tell all these guys and the people in my life. And if we're not even talking about ball, we're talking about just life in general. Do what serves you purpose. Like, do what you're purposeful. Like, what do you desire? We were just talking off air about this whole thing that you got going on in your frequencies, and I don't even know what you were saying, but you was passionate about it.
Get it too, so.
But you was passionate about it,
right?
And what I said, I just love that you're passionate about it,
right? That's the kicker.
Over the last year of my life, I had been doing something I wasn't never passionate about,
right?
So so you going through the motions,
right,
and that's a scary place to be.
Yeah, that's a rabbit hole, brother. Like, that's a rabbit. Yeah, I mean, it is scary. That's not where you want to be, and I think it's a place where, what would you say, 95% of the population find themselves.
If this is that whole thing about repurposing yourself or recreating yourself, I would say even more than that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go on the, because you call the 1%er for a reason. I'm gonna go on and say 99% of the population is really sitting in that mode.
Yeah, and then the question goes, okay, what do you call that? Like, let's build a model. I would say that's desire, right? Okay. That's the desire, the thing that we're talking about. The desire that, and okay, then where does desire come from?
Right.
And it's like, okay, well, can we all agree that desire kind of comes from within?
Yeah.
It kind of, and it's kind of hard to probably put it in words. Like, you just kind of feel drawn to it. Like there's intuition. It's the burning bush. It's the thing that you see and you're like, what the heck is that?
Yeah.
And then it like grabs your attention, and then there's a revelation that comes from that, right? And so they're just like, okay, well, if that comes from within, then the way to get the desire from within to the from within to outside is to go deeper within yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that's the process we're missing. And we're looking for the desire outside of us.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the place where it's tough. Because I think you look outside of yourself for what's already inside of you. Isn't that disrespectful to yourself?
And you always gonna feel empty.
Yeah.
If you're looking outside for what you can only find within, you're always gonna be empty.
And guess what that is? That's the definition of lack.
Ooh.
That's the definition of separation. So it's like
hit that.
It's like the Ferrari. We see a Ferrari and we look at it and say, I don't do this, but look at the Ferrari and say, man, I wish I had that. What was that? That's lack. That's separation, right? Imagine feeling whole, feeling that you're one with everything, and then you see it and you're like, well, I can have that if I want it.
Yeah, there you go.
It's already within me. And so I think desire and ability go hand in hand.
There you go.
So I don't think you can desire something without having the ability to fulfill it. So I think those things are like, you can't, if it's truly a desire and it's put within you from creator, source, God, whatever you want to call it, then I think you have to have the ability, because I mean, if we're talking at that level, I mean, perfection is perfection. If you're if a perfect being made you, if a perfect entity made you, then the true essence of you is perfect, right? So you have to have the ability to do it. But yeah.
Well said. That being said, we'll go ahead and throw it to our second break here. What's Brewing? Chance Brewington segment 3 coming up next.
Bagels and Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln or their location in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Hey farmers, do you run a precision planting monitor in your planter tractor? Boyk Farm Outfitters is hosting our annual 2020 Monitor Clinic at the Holthus Center in York on Wednesday, March 19th. They'll run through everything on the monitor, from basic setup to more complex downforce settings and everything in between. You'll learn agronomy principles behind some of the monitor settings and will leave refreshed and ready to plant. Representatives from Precision Planting will be on hand to handle any questions that you can throw at them. Visit BoykFarmOutfitters.com for all the details and to reserve your spot.
A new year means it's time to try new things. If you haven't tried Fear's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For the days you don't want to go to the gym, don't worry. Fear's cheese spread is there to cheer you up. And for the days you do get to the gym, why not celebrate when you get back with the best dip around? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Fear's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most, for all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
Inventory in Lincoln is extremely low. Current lead times for construction are running anywhere from 7 to 9 months. Having some homes that are available now is really great for our community.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
Finding affordable home in East Lincoln is getting very difficult to do, especially in a new construction. We have homes available just on the west side of Hillcrest Country Club. Prices start just over $400,000. Big ranches, 3-stall garages. Our designer has selected incredible finishes that will amaze you. To get a new construction home on that side of town for just over $400,000 is a fantastic buy.
Make your dream a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your dream home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Be sure to check out the top-selling Recomp. Recomp helps build lean muscle and strength while decreasing body fat. Recomp is ideal for men and women of all ages trying to look their best. Recomp can only be found in Nutrition Authority. For info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Hey volleyball fans, this is Laura Dijkema, national player of the Netherlands and now the setter on Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering for us in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action. Go Big Green!
The dangers of secondhand smoke are well known. But what about secondhand aerosol, which is created when using e-cigarettes? Science already shows a secondhand aerosol can contain nicotine, heavy metals, and cancer-causing agents. Eliminating exposure to secondhand aerosol is an important step to keeping everyone safe. Breathe easier knowing the facts.
For help quitting, call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Back to What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program.
All right, welcome back in segment number 3. Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. We got Chancellor Brewington, Mike Daniel in the studio with me to my left. Only got about 4 minutes here. Segment number 3. Chancellor Brewington, the host as always. They're with you.
Segment number 3, man. You get on radio, 1 hour to 2 hours is different. 1 hour, 2 hours is different, but it's a blessing, man, to be able to speak your mind, speak your truth.
There's people working out there scooping snow, so I'm not going to complain about my job.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I mean, what if they love sweeping snow though?
That's a lie, dude. There's no one that's like, boy, I can't wait to grab my shovel. And
what if they wake up?
It's like that paycheck though.
But what if they wake up and they're like, man, think about this. What if they had an experience when they was, 4 years, 5 years old of somebody slipping on ice, and then all of a sudden they said, this is my life commitment that I'm going to get this snow out the way so no one slip and fall ever again in their life. And they do it for the rest of their life.
I mean, that's cool. I hope you're not like just cool with having like just the shovel though for the rest of your life. Like hopefully you move up to the skid loader.
Okay, there you go.
I'm not like hating on people.
Then you own the company. Then you okay.
I'm just
maybe,
saying,
but again, sir, that's just what people do, right? Like they know what they know, and that's what they'll always do.
Facts.
Like I don't know. I know people out here love shoveling. Like people can't wait for it. I know they do, bro. I know they do. Listen, listen. People thoroughly enjoy. It's like working out, right?
That's I can't. No.
I think it's more
you
of like
might
mowing
not
your
get
lawn.
like, and I don't want to go. Like I shoveled my driveway today, right? I didn't want to, but I know somebody out there gets joy from it. It's like same people who look at us going to the gym and be like, why are you going to work out? Why do you like that?
Yeah.
I don't know. People just like what they like for some reason, and everyone different. It makes you unique.
Yeah, it does. And if everyone had the same likings, this would be a really boring world. Yeah, this would be like everyone had the same opinion. Like that, this would be.
We just got 1 million people scooping snow in Lincoln.
Yeah, everyone's just out here sweeping snow. No radio, just everyone out here sweeping snow. So yeah, it's good. Diversity is necessary.
We only got a couple minutes. What's a calling that you thought you wanted at one point? That seems crazy now.
A calling?
Yeah. You ever have one?
Something you desired or like?
Yeah. At one point, I was like really thinking priest. And the older I got, I was like, let me back out of this one. Yeah.
Why'd you back out?
Yeah. Religious. I'm good Catholic, but I'm not going to say I'm fully in total lineup with everything about the church. So to each their own. I'm not. If you're a Catholic, great.
What inside? Let me ask you this: what inside the priesthood thing did you like though? Like maybe the overall thing of maybe like the specific thing of priests was like, yeah, okay, whatever. But like, what out of priests? Because it seems like you're talking and you're influencing people on a mind.
Yeah, I mean that's the same line. I like influencing in a good way. I just like talking. I wouldn't get this job if I didn't like talking. But yeah, I don't know. I was just like that, and I was like, wow, because when you're younger too, you look at a priest as like, what a good moral human being. Like you think, especially when you're younger, you're like, that's like a new level of just being a great moral person. We had like a really good priest. Shout out Father Lowski. I think might be in Omaha at this point, but yeah. So like a guy like that, you see those people and it kind of inspires you. And then you get a little bit older. Again, not saying Catholics are bad. I just like kind of veered slightly off. So I was like, the priest thing isn't really for me, but I still wanted to influence people in some way for good.
That's great.
That's crazy. I about did the same thing. Not a priest. I'm not Catholic. I'm a follower. I call myself a believer. Right. Catholicism, never practiced that, nothing like that. But a man told me, he said, your ministry is out there. It's everywhere. And so you are not to be, he said, word for word, you are not to be confined by the four walls of the church. Brother Robert Clayton was his name. He actually played receiver, I believe, for the Bengals way back when, long time ago.
That's a cool priest to have. He used to be an NFL wide receiver.
Yeah, but that was my guy, man. And he told me this long before I really knew what guy really was. He said, and you got a calling on your life. You gonna speak the word of God. I'm like, you got the wrong one, Playboy. This ain't him. But he was right. And he's right, though. I'm not to be confined by the four walls of the church, right? Just like you. I don't think you're maybe supposed to go spread Catholicism and do that. But the moral, and I think the root of the question that you were asking is of what you enjoyed it or what you liked about it when you thought about being a priest was Jesus, right? That's love. And that's what I'm here to do, right? Is spread his love as well. So I would encourage you to continue to seek that. Maybe like I said, not go ahead and be a priest like you maybe thought, but there is a desire there for a reason.
Well said. I think it's a nice wholesome point to go ahead and throw it to our last break here, at least on the first hour. We got an entire other hour left. Like I said, hopefully we'll get the cameras back. If you guys are hopping on wondering why you've just been looking at the graphic the entire show, we are still working on that. So hopefully we can get it back for you before the night ends. But this is What's Brewing, Chancellor Brewington. Talk to you in a bit.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
Well, it's the middle of winter, the holidays are over, and the weather is unpredictable. Isn't there anything to look forward to? You bet there is. Cash Blast from your Nebraska Lottery is back. Until April 1st, buy a 2x2 ticket and enter the voucher number online for a chance to win one of 7 weekly drawings for $5,000 or $500. And if your voucher is from a 7-day draw ticket, your prize is doubled. Hey, there's nothing like a little green to cure the winter blues. 2x2 top prize odds, 1 in 105,000.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Fairway has fresh cut meats, seafood, cheese, wine, and spirits, and a friendly staff that's always ready to help you find what you need. Stop by Fairway Meat Market today to plan your weekly meals in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Travis with Midwest Bank, now with 2 branches conveniently serving Lincoln and 8 other locations across Nebraska. We're here to help you with any of your needs. From opening a checking account to buying a home or financing your business, our staff is here for you. Stop in and you might see Shin Daddy himself. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank, member FDIC.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Hey, bestie! Whoa, how'd you snag that awesome set of wheels? I'm in the market for a new car, too. My friends at Members Own Credit Union. You're always in the driver's seat when it comes to your finances at Members Own. Always in the driver's seat, huh? Yep. They set you up with a loan that makes sense for your budget with great rates and top-notch customer service to boot. Looks like we're going to need to make a pit stop. Let's go. I'll drive. Hit the road to financial success and explore auto loan options with your best financial friend, Members Own Credit Union. For details, go to membersowncu.org/drive. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Hey farmers, do you run a precision planting monitor in your planter tractor? Boyk Farm Outfitters is hosting our annual 2020 Monitor Clinic at the Holthus Center in York on Wednesday, March 19th. They'll run through everything on the monitor, from basic setup to more complex downforce settings and everything in between. You'll learn agronomy principles behind some of the monitor settings and will leave refreshed and ready to plant. Representatives from Precision Planting will be on hand to handle any questions that you can throw at them. Visit BoykFarmOutfitters.com for all the details and to reserve your spot.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Early break. Kevin says, the old days were absolutely not better times. Lots of hardships. Life in 2025 is better than ever.
Oh, I love when we get these jokes back. I love
Good joke, good
I love
one.
the joke. You're good.
Good work, Kevin.
You're hilarious, Kevin. You keep it up.
Early break from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Picture this. You're in the doghouse and flowers just won't cut it this time. Enter jewelry, the ultimate peace offering. It's a gesture that speaks volumes, showing her you're willing to go the extra mile to make things right. So next time you're in the doghouse, remember, diamonds are a guy's best friend too. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, Chancellor Brewington, powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program.
All right, welcome back in. Top of hour number 2. What's Brewing? Chancellor Brewington. Shout out Mike Daniel, just leaving. He's actually got a family and wife. I don't got that, so I don't got any reasons. Oh, you don't either. I know why. That's why you're still here. That's why 9 to 11 is a possibility, because we're just running solo out here. But hour number 2, Chancellor Brewington.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go?
I guess we didn't talk about the All-Star game setup, the new one.
Oh, I'm glad we didn't.
Yeah, it was bad.
Let me just start off hot, off the top rope here. How about your king, the face of the league?
Okay,
not showing up.
Whoa. Let's restart that. Let's stop, pause, restart that. Let's say that first line differently. My king. LeBron is, I am my own king. I am my own king. Anyways, continue. Yeah.
All right, LeBron James, known as the king in the NBA for his nickname. How do you feel about him
not playing because he's
showing
hurt?
up an hour before and being like, nah, I'm not playing?
Okay, first of all,
after everyone's like
way
super
you
excited.
said nah, I doubt LeBron James went up to the trainers and said nah.
No, he told Adam Silver that.
But I mean, why didn't he play?
I don't know.
Probably because he was hurt.
Oh, you really buying he was hurt?
Bro, you know how much he cares about. I'm assuming what he alludes to, how much he cares about his body. So yeah, I do believe in some sense, some way, shape, form, he was hurt.
He's always got something though, man. Like he could have a cut on his wrist and being like, load management day.
This is
no, it is not good for the face of your league to pull that stuff.
LeBron, bro,
he has to sell the NBA, and he's doing
40,
terrible at it.
He's 40 years old.
I don't care.
Nah,
did he retire?
At this point, Harrison, this has nothing to do with LeBron.
It absolutely does. He is.
This has everything to do with you, and I think there's something that needs to be addressed. There's a causal factor with this hatred towards LeBron. This is now deemed as hatred, and it's not humane. It's not right.
No, I'm always
if
fair.
The man has an ankle issue, why would you play an All-Star break when Luka Doncic just came to the Lakers? They're playing pretty good right now. They're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
If the playoffs started, they're in the playoffs right now. Why would you waste the opportunity when
because you got extra money to be an All-Star?
What?
You get paid if you're an All-Star. You get some extra revenue.
What 500,000? Like, what is that compared to a $100 million contract?
Then don't show up. Don't accept the invitation to be an NBA All-Star. Don't take it if you're not gonna...
so you're okay. So you're what's holding you up is the fact that somebody else could have been.
Yeah, if that's an honor, right? If you're an NBA All-Star,
what
that's
if he
a
was
big
training?
deal.
What if he was training and he was like, man, I'm anticipating my ankle to be healthy, and I am the face of the league, so it is my obligation.
Yeah, I don't care if you're 40. I don't care if you're worried about your health. You are not retired yet. You're playing in the NBA. You signed a contract. If he's really healthy, then yeah. Then like I understand if he's not healthy. But I really have a hard time believing he was not able to play.
Though hearing your tone of voice and like hearing you talk is actually, if I was to look up the definition of animosity in an example, it would probably be like a video example. They would probably pull up this clip of you talking.
You started with this by not giving 1984 the respect it deserves.
Yeah, chime in if you ever read the book 1984.
Everybody in Lincoln has probably read that one. I'm surprised your school didn't like force you guys to read that.
Yeah, no, we
do you guys have those books where they forced you to...
We actually got educated. Yeah. We had a pretty good school system.
That's crazy work. All right, don't diss Cedar Catholic like that. It's great school, great program out there. One of the better.
So I would have read it in what, high school?
Yeah, high school. If
Yeah,
really crazy middle school.
I didn't read in high school.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, to be fair, I didn't either, but that was one where we had to read it. So I didn't really, it wasn't like I was into books growing up. That was one where I read and I kind of opened up my eyes to like, hey, some of these books aren't bad. It's better than cartoons sometimes. But yeah, I don't mean to go on like a book tangent again.
Don't get me
I
started.
wanted to ask you this about the NBA then. I mean, we can get off LeBron. Why is NBA viewership declining year after year?
Because it's not. Everyone's favorite player is leaving, and I think we're just in a a change of just generation, and I think honestly, like social media probably has something to do with it. Because if you talk about like just attention, grabbing people's attention, I think there is
For sure.
there is a thing where who can just sit through even an NBA Finals game without being on their phone?
Especially with the amount of free throws. That's the other part.
Free throws?
I mean, we shoot so many free throws in the NBA now.
Is that a problem?
I just think it's gotten out of control. Like the ticky-tack fouls, the flopping. Like when people see that stuff and you think it's a play and you're like, okay, he just clearly flopped. Then you're like, just watching free throws over. Like if you're a James Harden fan during his peak, even after his peak, you're like, I get to watch James Harden shoot 18 free throws tonight again. Just a lot of it was flopping. And the refs, that's like not on, well, it is on Adam Silver, but that's not on the players. That's on the refs. Like if you're a player, you're going to take advantage of that unless you're Jokic. If you're just that good, you don't need to. But you're going to take advantage of that every time until the refs actually do something about it. So it's not like people like LeBron James' fault or James Harden or even Luka. He flops a bit too. The refs give it to him over and over. And that's so frustrating for fans to watch, especially when I talk to my parents and the league they watch was just completely different. And that stuff, like, not only would that not fly, like you're going to have a malice in the palace situation for just trying to pull cheap stuff like that. Like people they'd be mad because like that's just not happening. You're not playing
Malice
soft
in the Palace.
ball. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a great documentary on Netflix.
Oh, it's so good. Those the NBA documentaries, The Bad Boys, you seen that one?
Oh, great.
That's probably my favorite.
Yeah.
Because the way I still don't know the full story between Isaiah Thomas and Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan, yeah. He doesn't like him still.
No, they both just got like beef. And I wonder like what really went down. Do you think
at some time we gotta forgive? I'm sorry.
Do you think well, it always comes down to, do you think Jordan intentionally got Isaiah Thomas off that Team USA?
Okay, but like let's be real. Like at some point, actually I'm not gonna speak on it. Never mind.
I have no idea. But I know
I
that's a lot of the beef between them.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I know Isaiah Thomas was, I believe, at the height of, or just towards the end of his career.
Yeah, he was like late peak when LeBron James like finally took down the Pistons.
I mean, Michael.
Yeah, Michael Jordan. When he took down the Detroit Pistons.
LeBron.
Well, you started.
So maybe you just want to throw him in there in that category.
You know, when you accidentally said Michael Jordan, I didn't throw that back at you.
Yeah.
What are you trying to do tonight, Brewington? Just starting fights.
It's just fun to get you riled up, man. But
it's too easy for me sometimes.
Yeah, it is. No, I don't know what it is about the NBA. I think they have to find something, and I think maybe pushing Victor a little bit more. Wembanyama, like he's about to be the face of the league. I think that's more of the way it's going. But I think play wise, he will be the face of the league. And it's funny, Anthony Edwards had a quick interview like before the game, and they're asking him like you're gonna be the face of the league, like you're telling him more so, and asking him how he feels about it. And he was simply just saying like, look, I don't want to be the face of the league. He said, I think I have the capacity to be the face of the league.
Mm-hmm.
He said, but I just want to win, dunk on people, beat people and go home and chill. Like, because that's a lot of pressure. Like,
I destroyed Mike for a minute there. He talks about like the be like Mike after a while. It's like, I gamble a lot. I don't feel good about kids saying this all the time.
Yeah.
And he has some honest moments in his documentary. They talk about the be like Mike thing and how it's a ton of pressure.
Yeah. It's like, well, how much sacrifice goes into that? Like, if Anthony Edwards was to be spotted downtown Lincoln right now at 10, I guarantee at least 50 people would show up and see him.
Yeah. Despite it being freezing.
At least 50.
Yeah.
If LeBron James put up on this corner, you probably have 1,000 people out here.
Yeah, people would come.
Right. Like, and he said, yeah, I'm out here just saying what's up to people. The block would be flooded. Like O Street there would be police everywhere trying to mask the chaos. That's the pressure that comes with the face of the league. So it's like how much do you lose with that? I mean, you lose going outside and that freedom, I would say. You lose a little bit probably of sanity. I don't know, like
definitely.
yeah, just like as a human being, like I think you lose some elements, and I think LeBron and honestly like the outside elements of life. Like you mess up and you have a human moment where you just don't do the right thing and it gets blown to the biggest proportion and stays on every news headline.
That's Kobe Bryant, right?
Yeah.
We had that. Who was the baseball pitcher? The baseball pitcher was crazy in the MLB because he got accused of it. It destroyed like his MLB career for a while. Because he's like accused of, I think it was rape charges.
What era?
Recently. I mean, this was like last year I was reading about it.
Oh, really?
402-464-5685. You can name the player, but yeah, it was a
Oh,
whole.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, and
he
he
was
was
with the Dodgers.
Yeah, it might have been, but he was proven innocent.
Trevor Bauer.
That might be it. I don't want to say for sure because I can't. But
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I don't want to put it on him, but yeah, no, there's a.
But he was innocent.
I think LeBron was. Yeah, LeBron. I think was probably the best one for it, like for this generation of the social media and whatever. Because what we know, I don't think anyone's lived a perfectly clean life. I think we've all had our moments, but the moments that we see with him, like we don't see his worst moments.
No, he's a good face to the league in that sense, where he never acts like a fool.
Yeah,
he's always very professional.
And like we got like where we thought maybe Ja was gonna be it, right?
Zion,
like well, those two have had very bad moments, like, and it's been. It's kind of regular now that like every young guy, I think a good guy that we haven't seen is just his play. This is why people are frustrated with this individual, is that his play hasn't got there, but personality wise and the way he carries himself, kind of the moral compass behind him is kind of there as Jason Tatum. Like you see like if you put a camera in front of him, more often than not, he's doing the right thing. Right.
Yeah.
And then, he's got a superstar girlfriend, LMA, like has a son, super personable son, family dynamic, moms comes to the games, like has that story, right? Relatable story. Went to Duke. Everyone knew him in high school, played on USA team, in the league, dunked on LeBron first year, right? Like thinking he's going to be the guy. And it just never clicked. But like, if you were to say, Jason Tatum's second year or third year when Luka got in the league, you're probably going to say, I mean, Jason Tatum's probably going to be a face of NBA in 5 years. And it just hasn't happened yet. And I think we're kind of like, we just move over him now. And I think it's tough.
Well, the face of the league right now should be Jokic.
Should be, but I think that there's an American element to that.
It is. And especially when the Serbian, which, I don't care. You do you.
I don't care.
He's like not super into all the American culture things.
Right.
Not that he's saying I'm against it. He's just, he likes home.
Yeah.
So it's also tough things with him. It's like when it's off season, that guy's going home. It's tough to have your face of the league be a guy who goes home every single time.
Yeah.
Season's over. But he is by far and away the best player. And he hasn't had any bad moments other than like he's just going to be short with you on press conferences.
I think Wembanyama is an interesting candidate.
But then we got the French thing again.
But I think he's a lot more personable, and it could work a little bit more.
He's probably going to stay in the U.S. Like he'll go home and visit, but he's not.
I can see him not face of the league, but like the way Dirk was personable. He would do a bunch of commercials.
Mm-hmm.
He would, he would be in the movies. He was in Like Mike, like, he was like, did the cameos in all the movies. Like he was a star. Like he was a star, and Jokic is a star, but I don't know if that interests him. That type of stuff just doesn't really interest him. I think Luka would be more the personality, and it makes sense wise with the Lakers. That's a whole conspiracy theory in itself, but it kind of makes sense. Okay, why you put, Luka there? He's the guy. I mean, first time, this kind of represents his personality a little bit. First time he walks in the building and sees JJ Redick, he acts like he doesn't know him.
Yeah.
The head coach, and then like, plays a joke on him, hugs him and whatever. But like, I think that's the personality that the NBA needs. And I think Jokic has that, but there's a vast, he's so uninterested in being that. It's so obvious.
Yeah, he really is.
Yeah.
Like the thing that would be fun is Luka and Jokic on the same team.
And now
that's how you could sell the foreigners as like the faces of the league. I think you put those two together, that basketball would just be, because Luka's the personality and Jokic is just, I mean, he's just going to give you 7 plays a game where your floor hits the ground.
Yeah.
The other day I was watching, he was like 11 for 12. Probably got fouled on half of them, and the only shot he missed was a full quarter where he hit the back iron and didn't miss by a whole lot because there's 1 second left, full court, just kind of shovel past it. Like, the guy's unreal. So if you match the Flash, you find whoever that guy is who's bringing in all the NBA viewership, you pair that with Jokic, all of a sudden, like, people will wake up. It's crazy to me that people still have not woken up to Jokic. Like, I will go in comment sections. I saw someone today saying Giannis Antetokounmpo is better than Jokic. Like, we have to get these casuals back into it and actually watch what the hell is happening with Jokic.
Yeah,
it's unreal.
It's a weird dynamic, and I mean, like you say, first of all, NBA viewership is down. Well, why? Maybe because you put it on Amazon Prime and Hulu and all these daggone things, and you can't even watch the daggone games
And
no
NFL's
more.
throwing their weight around more and more. The only day they don't play is Wednesday now.
Yeah.
So when the NFL's going on, you got to deal with those guys. The other thing, like trades too, I think that's ruined a lot of it.
Yeah, consistency.
You're fans of players, not teams anymore. Teams,
Yeah.
you typically have a lot longer and loyal. I mean, players retire. Once that player retires, if that was your guy, because for my parents, they loved Kobe Bryant. But, even as Kobe Bryant was getting older, they could already kind of see the game was changing, and they liked it. They didn't watch it as much, but they wanted to see the end of Kobe Bryant on that Lakers team. But you don't get that all the time now. Like, if Kobe still wasn't a Laker to the very end, they might have even stopped watching sooner. So I think that's a big part of it too. And, do you blame LeBron James for it, or any, before him, there was that Celtics team, the big three, like, you blame those guys for it? I don't know if that's fair. But I will say that the players that drive the most business and become the quote unquote faces of the leagues are always loyal to their team. That's how Dirk's able to have the legacy he has. If he would have hopped to the Mavericks and got that ring, people would talk about it, but not the way they do. You wouldn't have a statue, obviously.
Yeah, Dirk, and I think Dirk stands by himself in a sense. I think also Tim Duncan in that sense too, of just like guys who it's something different about a big man who stays in a certain space. I don't know what it is, but
I think it's because they're so indispensable. Like, you see bigs get traded way more. The bigs get traded way more often than the guards. Like, they're willing to, because guards have potential. I think bigs, it's pretty easy to see where that ceiling is early.
Yeah. I think about a guy like KG. You mentioned the Celtics.
Yeah.
Like, KG was phenomenal. Like, him with the T-Wolves, like, early on. Like, he was dynamic.
Best uniforms in the league.
Yeah. Like, he's
tree neck.
Like, he was dynamic. Like, and then, Celtics and, after that, but I don't know. There's something about a big man that stays home. And I think about Shaq, like, starting off with the Magic, you go to the Lakers, and then I believe after Lakers, it was Heat. Then from Heat, it was like you kind of jump around from Cavs to Celtics, or you go to Suns, Cavs, Celtics.
Yeah, 1-2 year deals.
Yeah. But it's interesting. I mean, you can kind of say Shaq kind of started a lot of this in a sense. I mean, going and joining the top team. I mean, being a top guy, joining the top team, joining top talent, joining Kobe, joining Dwayne Wade, joining a Steve Nash, joining a LeBron James, joining a Celtics team. Well, he was a way, way, way older at that point. Wasn't a factor, but yeah.
Yeah, and I wonder for him, I'm not familiar enough, like how many of those were trades and his decision, him forcing him way out, or just contract expiring. So I'm not entirely sure. That could be true. Like, he could have been like the first real superstar to team up like that. I'm not entirely sure, though. That to me always sticks out. Like, a major problem in the NBA is and the NBA doesn't do any favors by hyping up the trades the way they do. I mean, they use that as off-season content.
Yeah.
And it's got its fruits for the off-season. But I do think, it's that short-sightedness we talked about, like, all the way in the beginning, first segment. Like, that stuff will make you do some stupid things for the quick win.
It will. And I think you're not really building a foundation. And so it's going to be like, you're going to just have to rely on consistent spikes of entertainment, like, and like peaks of Curry going for 40 and hitting 10 threes. Like, you're relying on those things. You're relying on like Jimmy Butler to go to Golden State and them make it into the play-in and go to the championship. Like you're relying on like these type of stories, because if it consistently goes to the team, like if let's say the NBA is consistently pushing out, like you're talking about the trades, all
Right.
this, the team up, this and this, but the ones that are winning and the ones that are doing great things in the NBA are the teams like the Grizzlies, or like teams like the Nuggets, or teams like the Rockets, or teams that are staying together and building teams foundationally from the ground up, like, and the things you're pushing out aren't winning and aren't succeeding. Like there's a huge disparity between those two, and like you're gonna eventually have to say, okay, let's go back to the old model. What we're pushing out isn't working. Or I think this is kind of what they're doing, is like being hands-on and making it work. Like, so like moving one of the best players onto one of the best players' teams, making it work. And kind of, what would you say, almost destroying a well-built franchise. Like, like it, and it's tough to say, but who knows? I think you look down, in 5 years, you look 5 years ago, how different the league was. And then you look in 5 years, how different is going to be. It's going to be pretty amazing.
Yeah. And well, I'm going to wrap up this first segment. We got 3 minutes here. Do you think the NBA is going to recover?
Yeah.
Well, the Stars coming up right now.
Yeah, I think they'll recover. I think it's just going to be, I think they're going to have to go back to I think it's going to, like, we're going to hit a pattern in history where you kind of like go back to what it kind of was. I don't know how far you go back.
It's got to get more physical. I know that much.
It got to get more physical. And I think the talent, we're seeing talent that we've never seen before. So that brings viewership in itself.
International play certainly help. Like, as it grows, it's not necessarily a win for Americans, but even if the game doesn't change that much and you're in the NBA, they continue to push it in those foreign countries. Like, even if the game doesn't change that much, the more well-known they get, and the more accessible, then you got a bunch of people in China watching, which they already do, but I know they're just trying every region possible at this point. Same thing the NFL's doing. Like, they've mastered the American market, so that's why they're pushing in Mexico and Europe and all these other places. It's like, well, NFL especially, it's like they got their market trapped in the U.S. Like, there's not everybody. I have a hard time finding guys who don't watch NFL. So I don't know if they'll ever get back to that, because I'd say peak era was Jordan. You could even argue like Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, like that whole then tying into Jordan. That I don't know if we'll ever get there again. And that's probably the most worrisome, because Michael Jordan is like, just the way people talk about that still. Like, you need a unique player, a legendary head coach in Phil Jackson, a good commissioner at the time that's gonna do the right things. At one point in time, the NBA Finals were on tape delay, which is just crazy to think. And that was during Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. That stuff was on tape delay, and then they got it to the point where all of a sudden they're actually playing the finals in real time to Michael Jordan, and the Bulls before Michael Jordan. Like, the fandom wasn't even obviously close, but he just made the NBA into this booming business. Hell, look at Nike.
Yeah,
Nike wouldn't even be what they are today without Michael Jordan.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. So I think you need someone who grabs the American people in a way. I think that's what Mike did. He was relatable in a sense, like, from Chicago, and
just competitive too. You respect that out of people like Jordan and Kobe.
Yeah. So I don't know. There's a search. There's a hunt. Or maybe you have to go a period when there's no face of the league, and
I think we're in that period. Like LeBron, it is LeBron, right? But
but you can still say Steph too. Like, you can still throw in, if it's not LeBron, you can say Steph. If it's not Steph,
that's it.
Now you get tricky. I don't know if you can go to KD.
No.
I don't think you can go there. Then you can, but I couldn't even say, even after that, I couldn't even say Jokic. I couldn't even.
No,
say
I think so for play, but in terms of popularity, it's just not him.
Then I would almost say Luka. You're not wrong there.
No, and like, none of these are wrong answers. The problem is, and why I asked that question is, like, it's clearly LeBron. Like, he's 40. He's still by far the most popular player in the NBA, but everybody also knows, like, okay, we're waiting for it to kind of get passed off here, and there's hesitancy on who that next person is. So it's just kind of a different era. So I think you're right. Like we're heading into an area where we will have a quote unquote face of the league, but it's not going to be like Jordan. It's not going to be like Kobe. It's not going to be like Bird or Magic. Unless Wemby becomes that guy. Because I do think you're right. He's personal enough that maybe.
Yeah.
And he is getting better. Like you look at what he's been doing lately. I mean, the guy's, what is he, 7'4"?
Yeah.
Shooting one-legged threes. I mean, he's dribbling into threes.
One-legged threes.
It's just.
He's going to pick and rolls, throwing alley oops. He's hitting threes.
Blocking Giannis more than Giannis has ever seen in his life. Like Giannis is playing. I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah.
Like
I was this before he came in. And now he's, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, well, that's a good spot to go ahead and throw it to break here. What's Brewing? Chancellor Brewington. Don't go anywhere. We'll keep it rolling.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
The dangers of secondhand smoke are well known. But what about secondhand aerosol, which is created when using e-cigarettes? Science already shows a secondhand aerosol can contain nicotine, heavy metals, and cancer-causing agents. Eliminating exposure to secondhand aerosol is an important step to keeping everyone safe. Breathe easier knowing the facts.
For help quitting, call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call
John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and on behalf of the entire Koppel team, we would like to say thank you to all of our loyal customers and employees that have allowed us to become one of the most successful GM dealerships in the country for the past 50 years. So we are celebrating that with some huge discounts. Right now, we have up to $13,500 off MSRP or 0% APR on select new models, and new Blazer EVs are leasing for $279 a month with zero down. So check us out online at koppelcars.com. All deals with approved credit. See dealer for details.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Early break. Joseph says, Kevin says, the old days were absolutely not better times. Lots of hardships. Life in 2025 is better than ever.
Oh, I love when we get these jokes back. I love
Good
when
joke, good
I love
one.
that joke. You're good.
Good one, Kevin.
You're hilarious, Kevin. You keep it up.
Early break from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket. Back to What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program.
All right, welcome back in. Fifth segment, Once Brewing, Chancellor Brewington. You are joining us for hour number 2, 402-464-5685. That is the Starter Heyman text line as always. And of course, his name's in the show. Of course, he's going to be here. Chancellor Brewington to my left as always. And like I said, unfortunately, if you're trying to watch the streams, we've been just struggling with these cameras. We will try to get them back working. Definitely before tomorrow, early breaks. Want to make sure the production's good for that one. But Chancellor Brewington, where do you want to go with this? We've kind of talked a lot of NBA here. We even talked some books. We got some life advice. We talked about Catholicism. It's been
man. There's something about West Brewing. We just hit everything.
Yeah, well,
we hit everything.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
is it a personality thing for you, or are you just getting? Well, I think that's what it is. You're pretty open minded in terms of just like letting your thoughts just kind of wander.
Yeah.
It makes sense in a way.
Yeah, I think you got the okay. So there's a okay. This is a thing I want to ask you. This would be interesting. Okay, so there's this Chinese philosophy, right? And so, you ever heard like astrology, like that type of stuff?
Yeah.
Well, that whole stuff. I don't necessarily.
You scared me a little bit.
Yeah, I don't necessarily believe in that stuff. I think, people just have personalities and they're not based on stars and stuff.
You tell anybody that stuff. It's like they'll
categorize groups of people, and it's funny. Like someone will say. And honestly, I don't knock people like whatever. To each his own. Maybe I have to be more educated on it. I don't know.
I think a lot of people do it for fun.
Yeah,
they don't actually believe it. So I'm not judging those people.
So, but it's funny. Like someone will be like, "Oh, you're a Leo. You're like this," and then they read off a Leo, and it's like, I'm not really like any of that. Like and then it's like, oh, am I just the anomaly in this situation, right? Yeah, or whatever. But what I'm trying to get at is. There's a Chinese philosophy, so I want to ask you this and see what you think. So they believe there's the 4 elements, right? You got earth, wind, fire, and air.
Oh, we got Avatar going on in here. Okay.
Yeah, almost like Avatar, a little thing. And so they believe that like they're all in like we're made up of all the elements, right? That would kind of make sense.
Not crazy. Yeah, I can go there.
You could go. And so they also believe that each what did I just say? Element has some type of like personality to it, right? And so like the earth is more like the hardworking laborer, right?
Blue collar.
Yeah, blue collar, perfect. The fire is the passionate individual, the willpower of the the rock star, that type of individual. And then the air is the thinker, the philosopher, the one who floats, and kind of what we were talking about, like, and then the water is like the creative one, right brain, super creative, and you can kind of whatever. So which ones of those do you think you are? And I'm not saying those are predicated on who you are, but like
that's a good question. Definitely not fire. I'm way too even keel to be that guy. I definitely. What was water? Creativity?
Yeah, water is like right brain, creativity, music, like or like
0
art.
0 for 2. I'll go earth for sure. Got that blue collar. Shout out to Charles back home at the farm. No longer at the farm, but Arlington, Nebraska used to have the good old farm back there. Yeah, definitely a lot of that.
I like that.
And then what is it? Air?
air is like thinker,
Yeah.
philosopher.
I'll say it certainly got some of that, but I'm not
Oh,
going to put that title of philosopher on my head.
I mean, we're all philosophers.
In a way.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to have it in a degree form.
Right. No, I think if I was to do one on you, I would probably say, like, if I was to guess, I would probably say you was gonna pick those ones.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell you are. I'm just being real with you.
Why you say that?
I don't need to be like that crazy disrespectful, but it's like I don't know, man. I don't know what it's like. You're because you get fired up, right? I've seen you. I mean, I see you nearly kill an Iowa player, so there's the fire. You like your books, so there's the air. Hard working. I mean, you picked to do a show at 9 to 11 when you just came off the date. Like, not a lot of people are just willing to be cool with that. They're gonna throw a fit, being like, "I'm big dog now." So I'll throw that in there. And then what was the last one?
The creativity.
Creativity. Were you there?
Where you said where am I there?
Yeah, the creativity might be the one where you lacking.
Yeah, I definitely am not. I don't have that type of like musician brain or like
I like music because when I was
artist.
younger,
Yeah.
every kid likes the music of that generation. And then the older I got, like that faded. I still like music, but I'm not glued to it. I'm not like everybody else was with the Kendrick and Drake and like analyzing all the lyrics.
I
don't get
definitely
into
want
that
to.
much.
I think I see like the water as like more of like an artistic, and I want to be more appreciative of art. I do. I think that's a beautiful thing. I think there's a bunch of symbolism in there, and I think like I went to the art gallery one day down the street, and I was looking at the painting. And I said like these are awesome. Like if you put a canvas in front of me with some paint, I'm gonna mess it up.
Oh yes,
I'm gonna mess it up.
I'm just terrible.
But like my homeboys, like Javen Wright, like he's awesome at painting. Like he's so artistic, right? And like drawing. And like I've always had friends growing up that always had that side of them. And I've always been kind of jealous. Like I've always wanted, like I always wanted to be the drawer. Like I always want to be the artist. Or like I always want to be the one who could, all the friends around were, freestyling. And I wanted to be the one who could rap. Like,
I get like 2 bars and then I'm like,
I get you like walk and talk and
one syllable
walk
raps.
and
I'm not pulling it. Yeah, my dad had that too with the art. Like he was crazy good at drawing. I didn't
Really?
didn't figure it out till later, but yeah, back in the day, like he just, have a Coke can in front of him and just draw it in like crazy good detail.
That's
amazing. And like with the shadow and like the table.
With the
like,
shadow?
Yeah, he was good at it. I
tough.
don't know where he got that from too, because he's like ultimate blue collar guy.
Yeah.
And he's just
got some
painting
earth and water
beautiful
going
pictures.
on.
Yeah, I don't know what's going. Definitely earth and water. That's the way to put him.
Yeah.
No, it's an interesting question.
Yeah.
I think I don't know. It's probably good to understand that. The other problem is though, you just can't get locked into like, oh, that's what I am.
Right. And there's no like, what if? I think the capacity of a human is that we can be all those. Like,
absolutely.
I don't
just lean on some more than others. Is the way I'd put it.
Right. Like, this is my personal opinion. I don't see why someone can't develop a ability to draw and to be artistic.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, I think you can unlock that. I think there's we sometimes talk about the Bible in here, but I think there's a psychological dramatic interpretation of the Bible, and that if you look at a lot of the stories and the metaphors used, it talks a lot about the brain, and it talks a lot about the left hemisphere of the brain and the right hemisphere of the brain and the pineal gland and all these different things within the brain. And like there's a real psychological interpretation of almost every gospel story that's in there. And not really every story, there's psychological interpretation. There's like this one where it's talking about cast your nets off to the right instead of the left. And so the left, if you look at the left, I mean, that's the analytical brain. That's the objective brain, right? That's the way you see 3-dimensional. That's the very rational brain, the materialistic brain. And then that right side is what we're talking about, like that artistic, that creative, that free flowing, that real creative space. And so like, I think that's the ultimate objective of people, is to get to that right side And like some people say, oh, I'm left-brained or I'm right-brained. I think we all can be both. I think we all can use both. I mean, why would we think about this? Is it very logical to conclude that we have a brain and we have a part of our brain that we're not supposed to access? That makes no sense at all. I think we should be able to access all of our body. That's like, what we have two kidneys?
Yeah.
We have 2 kidneys. We're not going to use that one. Right? Like that doesn't make sense. Like if there's a body part inside of us, we should be using it to the fullest of its capability, right? And I think that's the conversation with the right brain creativity. I think maybe over time you can get more creative. If you're creative, if you really believe in that type of stuff, the Bible and maybe a religious context or some sort, or believe there's a creator, and that term creator means to create, right? And that you're the source of creation, and that, the creator makes creators. That's you. And you're creative, right? That's your adjective. That's the description of your personality. And so if that's the case, then everything creative that you have inside of you, you should be able to use. And I think that's where the right brain comes in.
Yeah, man, that's a good way to put it. We could use a lot more creativity in the world today too. Almost feels like we're in an area of like lacking creativity.
Yeah.
Because the biggest problem I think social media has caused that maybe we're unaware of. Chancellor Brewington, when you were growing up with your friends, did you have slang?
Did I have slang?
Yeah.
Oh, crazy slang.
Local though, right?
Yeah, like we would watch like certain YouTube videos.
Yeah, and you guys
like,
got those
form out or formulate like our own. Yeah.
Today, the kids' slang is universally the same. Sometimes to the point towards in other countries, because they all feed off the same social media content. And we are hitting a bizarre point. And I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just saying, no, I don't think anybody knows how it's going to play out.
I don't think it's good.
I don't think it's good either. But
I think that's, you can make your own conclusion. So I just started last week. I'm volunteering at the Boys and Girls Club.
Right? Oh, nice.
So it's a bunch of middle schoolers, right? And I'm only saying this because you said it and it's perfect, right? So I get there and it's like my first day on Friday. Like I don't know what I'm about to walk into, because I think back middle school, I was doing some wild stuff. Like that was the worst I ever was as a kid.
It's definitely the most self-conscious I ever was.
Yeah,
middle school is crazy, dude. Like my hair looked wrong. I was like, oh god.
Yeah, you're like hitting puberty. Like you get your first girlfriend, you make first kiss, whatever it is, right? And so like. Whatever. And so I'm in there and it's 6th through 9th or 6th through 8th. And so that's how they do it out here. I don't know did y'all do it like that? 6th through 8th, or was it
7 and 8?
Yeah, that's how we did it. But like I walk in there and the first thing people say is like trendy TikTok stuff.
It's all crazy.
Like they don't even formulate their own like joke or whatever. It's like you're a nonchalant dreadhead. Like, and that's supposed to be like a joke of like, I don't know, the new culture. I don't even have TikTok, so I don't understand how things they were saying. So I'm in there and I'm like, I'm classified as like an old head in here. Like it was a reality check for me, but it was also interesting to see like the current state of like the youth, like where there's a need for help. Like, and I'm not saying those kids are bad. I'm not saying, I think those kids
they're
are
in
awesome.
the circumstances that they are in.
Yeah.
And like, so a lot of them will probably find a way to handle it maturely. And every generation deals with their own problems. But sometimes my biggest fear is this one doable?
Right.
Like our problems were a lot easier to get over. This is one that is wired to be crazily addictive. It is built to know you to a T, to know what you like, to get you scrolling. Like it is a hell of a battle to tell that 13-year-old, like, don't get hooked.
Yeah, and it's like, and you think about the scrolling. Okay, you're scrolling, you're releasing dopamine. Dopamine is kind of, I mean, if you lack in dopamine, that's like what keeps you
make you depressed over time if you abuse it.
Yeah, but it keeps you engaged in something, right?
Yeah.
So like if I just scrolled for 2 hours and all of a sudden release too much amount of dopamine, right? And then all of a sudden you try to have a conversation with me. I don't want to have. I'm used up. I am full. Like there's nothing else I can give to the world, right? And so it's like you go in there and it's like kids are just, oh my gosh, like.
If I hear Skibbity one more time, I'm gonna lose it.
Huh?
You ever hear that one, Skibbity?
What's that one?
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I just hear
it's at the point where I don't know. I don't know this. I don't know the slang. I don't know the sayings. I don't know the. the back and forth. But what I do know is that like those kids are, I believe, like each one of them have great things inside of them. And that's why I did it, man. Cause I just want to, at the end of the day, I just want to help in some way, shape, or form. And maybe like, I just remember like when I was a kid, there was people who I remember to this day, and they said a word to me. They said something to me and it meant something, and it like was really meaningful. And I think there's a need for that in society.
Yeah, and with that being said, I think it's a good spot to go ahead and throw it to break here. One more segment. What's Brewing? Chance Brewington. Don't go anywhere.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solutions offers fleet services, as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2024 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Abby with Midwest Bank. Stop by our new location at 70th and Pioneers. Our new full-service branch does it all. From our friendly staff to our easy online banking and mobile app, you get all the technology of a big bank that you need, but you still get the hometown customer service that you want. Your community, your bank. Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank. Member FDIC.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet. O Street Carpet. 1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Salt Mine City is not only Lincoln's newest brewery, but they're also now serving food. Enjoy a full menu of great items daily for lunch and dinner, like their peanut butter and jelly burger with bacon and cheddar cheese, or a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. Don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, now open 11 a.m. every day but Mondays at 8th and R.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
Go hog wild.
Pit Barbecue.
Hog Wild has a delicious way for you to enjoy beef brisket. It's our open-faced hot beef sandwich. We start with our grilled Texas toast. Add a scoop of creamy mashed potatoes. Load them up with some tender Hog Wild beef brisket. And top it off with our tasty brown gravy. It's absolutely delicious. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now. In our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Back to What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program.
All right, welcome back in. Final segment, What's Brewing, Chancellor Brewington. Only got a little bit of time here left. So, Chancellor, I'll go ahead and give you the floor here.
Yep, give me the floor. We've been on every subject there is. I don't know if we've not hit a topic tonight.
USA Hockey?
USA Hockey.
3 fights in 9 minutes of play right out of the gate in the first
Come
period.
on, baby.
Yeah, they beat Team Canada.
Come on.
Canada not even good at hockey anymore.
And you have ice everywhere?
That's crazy. Well, it's like not even just like Team Canada, like the Maple Leafs. I couldn't tell you when they were really relevant. Maybe I'm not super close into hockey. I'll watch the Avalanche because that's just kind of one of my teams I liked when I was younger, and I know they're sitting pretty good in the wild card right now in their division. But
I would get into hockey a little bit more.
I like it more and more. The older I get, the more I'm like, hockey's awesome.
Maybe when I move from Lincoln, like in the future, of course, like if I live in a spot where there's like obviously the stars are awesome.
Oh, and that's
shout
like
out
one
Coach Rocky
favorite
Russo.
things I like to go to.
Yeah, awesome dude.
Sold it out not too long ago. Got a full-on sellout.
Really?
Yeah. So first time they did it since 2019, and the Stars they're just playing really good hockey.
It is so fun. It's so fun. I don't know if are they playing right now? They're done probably, right?
No, they got more games left. There's
do?
plenty. Yeah, there's still postseason. Regular season's coming to an end here pretty short.
Okay.
There's not a lot left, but I think last time I
gotta
checked,
go.
they're still sitting number one in their division, so they'll get a bye.
Might gotta go hit my guy Sal up and go get some tickets, man. That'll be a fun one. But yeah, shout out USA Hockey.
You ever play hockey growing up? Even just like out in the pond somewhere? Well, I guess you're in Arizona.
The
Ponds.
pond.
Yeah, the cow pond. That's where first time I played was on skates. We played some hockey.
On ice.
Yeah, so like, it's a
Yeah.
farm. You got it's just a pond of water. It's not very deep, so it freezes pretty fast. So when it gets cold in the winter, like you got ice pretty immediately.
Yeah, what you just said is like you just spoke Japanese.
It's you know what a pond is, right?
No, but I'm saying
It's
like
a pond where the cows are. So we just call it the cow
never
pond.
experienced that. Like we would play hockey if we
Probably
ever
street
played
hockey?
hockey was in the street. Yeah.
Yeah, we played some street hockey too. It's fun.
See, this is what they do. They in Arizona, in like downtown Phoenix, they will freeze. They'll bring ice. They'll freeze it, of course. I mean,
so they
it's
got to
already
make it
frozen.
themselves.
Yeah,
obviously.
and then you'll like go ice skate like in the middle of downtown for like $50 a person, and then like
That's kind of cool though.
Yeah, and then I did it with one of my girlfriends, whatever, and like it was like I was falling the whole time because like bro, I've never been ice skating. I can't rollerblade either, so yeah. You can rollerblade?
Yeah. Hockey and rollerblading, same thing.
Really?
Yeah,
It's the same. If you can rollerblade, you can hockey.
Yeah.
You can.
So if you
can
figure
not hockey skate.
Yeah, if you figure out how to play street hockey on rollerblades, like when you put on skates, it's gonna feel different. But once it's the exact same motion in terms, like I'm not saying I'm a great skater. Like I couldn't skate backwards. The best I ever got was I could do a crossover, where it's literally just when you're turning, you're just crossing your feet, picking them up, and so you can turn faster, as opposed to like slow turning and just gliding around the turn.
Really?
Yeah. So like that's pretty elementary. I got friends that could skate backwards really well and stuff, but I never got that good.
Yeah, I would love to learn. I think I know I can do it. I know I can. It would just be the comfortability. It's like I've never skied before. Have you skied?
No, never skied, snowboarded.
Snowboarded?
Yeah, snowboarding's
Okay.
fun. You never snowboarded? You lived in Arizona?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, why? Snowboarding is like one of the most fun things you can do.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you why. Did you skate growing up? Like skateboard?
I got one for my birthday. I failed miserably though. I did it for a few days.
My dad, his philosophy was that if I was to skateboard, I would fall back and hit my head. And so that kind of correlated with snowboarding too. And so like anything that really jeopardized sports growing up, like was not happening.
Yeah, and to be fair, like snowboarding, I'll never forget Jackson Eichhoff hitting the mountain like crazy. Well, not a mountain. It was
a little hill or jump.
I think I wasn't with him. I think he was in Colorado. But yeah, he hit it and like he didn't even remember passing out. And they found when they like came to, like people around him and like his helmet cracked. So thank God he was wearing a helmet, but he must have landed like straight on his head and knocked himself out. And then he just came to and he's like, that must have been pretty bad. My helmet's cracked like that. So it can definitely be dangerous.
Jeez.
Yeah.
One of my cousins, my cousin Ben is like a ultra snowboarder. Like he can do flips and like he's nasty. Like he'll like the videos of like people getting dropped off in like helicopters.
Oh, he's that good?
He's that
good. You see, to me, that's where I draw a line. That's terrifying because like avalanches are a legitimate fear of mine. And when you're just picking a random mountain that nobody snowboards on, like you don't know when that snow is going to shift or if it's capable of starting an avalanche. Well, maybe he does. I'm sure they scouted a little bit to make sure.
Yeah, I don't know. He's done some pretty tremendous things. Like he's one of them people like where if you were to like bring a camera with him, like it would be like viral moments, like consistently. Because he's just like a venture. He's a lumberjack. Like this
guy sounds awesome.
You know, he might be like you would love him. He's probably like every time everyone meets him, like he's their favorite person. Like because he's just like super warm and like loving, but also like he just is adventurous. I have an uncle that is the same way. He's like the amount of stories he has is just like from hiking, you know, these mountains to, you know, swimming across lakes to like, you know, just doing these like amazing things. I think it's like he's like the Dos Equis man.
Most interesting man in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those friends always end up being the best ones though.
Yeah.
I mean, you want a fun friend.
Yeah.
And the friends that are adventurous, like it's like I had a few of those friends back in the day. Like you just know it's like I'm gonna hop in the car. I don't really know what the destination is, but it's gonna be a good time. Yeah. With that being said, it's gonna wrap.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Pause. Not the best way to end the show, but we did it. 2 hours of radio right here in the heart of Lincoln, Nebraska. Appreciate you guys listening. Apologies for the cameras. Like I said, keep working on those throughout the night here so we can get them back for early break. But that's gonna wrap it up for live shows right here on 93.7 The Ticket. We'll send it nationally. Have a great rest of your night.